Do you know this secret of the world? Hi, welcome to the CEO Hub. Today we're going to explore the meaning of seeing things as are and how this perspective sculpted the life of Curtis Jackson. It's time to delve into the fascinating concept of intense realism and gaze at the world in its bare essence, not as we would prefer it to be. This raw, unadulterated perspective of reality was a keystone in the transformation journey of Curtis Jackson. Famously recognized as 50 Cent, Jackson emerged from the gritty streets. His ascent was not in spite of his circumstances, but rather because of them. His stark and relentless served as his training ground, refining his perception, fine-tuning his instincts, and molding him into the triumphant musician and businessman we know today. His journey was far from smooth, but it was the strength of realism, this exceptional perspective, that armed him to traverse the hurdles. Jackson's life may have been filled with hardships, but his unique perspective became his compass in navigating these challenges. Curtis Jackson, a street hustler, viewed his harsh surroundings not as obstacles but as training grounds for life. He was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Instead, he found himself navigating the gritty streets of South Jamaica, Queens, a neighborhood notorious for its high crime rate and drug-infested corners. His environment was harsh, unforgiving, but it was in this crucible that he honed his keen sense of observation, his hustler's eye. He was not alone in his journey. A mentor named Truth played a critical role in shaping his worldview. Truth, a seasoned veteran of the streets, painted reality in unvarnished strokes for young Jackson. He taught him to see the streets for what they were, to understand their true nature. They were not just concrete and asphalt. They were a living, breathing entity, a complex ecosystem of power dynamics, hidden dangers, and opportunities waiting to be seized. Truth instilled in Jackson the importance of intense awareness, of being fully present in the moment. He taught him that survival on the streets was not about physical strength alone, but about mental agility, the ability to read situations accurately and react swiftly. He urged Jackson to resist the allure of escape, of daydreams and wishful thinking. Instead, he was to focus on the here and now, to face reality head-on, no matter how brutal or unforgiving it might be. Jackson took these lessons to heart. He learned to navigate his environment with a shrewdness and tenacity that belied his young age. He developed a razor-sharp perception of his surroundings and the people within them. He learned to trust his instincts, to rely on his judgment. He learned to see not just with his eyes, but with his mind. The streets became his classrooms, the trials and tribulations his curriculum. Each challenge he faced, each hurdle he overcame, added another layer to his growing wisdom. He learned to read people, to discern their true intentions from their actions. He learned to anticipate, to strategize, to adapt. He learned to survive. Jackson's streets were his classrooms, and his experiences were his lessons. He carried these lessons with him as he transitioned from the streets to the stage, applying the same principles of intense realism to navigate the ruthless world of the music industry. As Jackson transitioned from street life to the music industry, he applied the same principles of intense realism. This was a journey not fueled by mere chance or blind ambition, but by a keen sense of observation and a strategic mindset. Jackson didn't merely step onto the stage. He carved out his own space in the music industry with the precision of a chess master, every move calculated and every decision informed by a deep understanding of his environment. While fame and success often cloud one's perspective, Jackson managed to maintain a clear view. He knew all too well the ruthless nature of this new world he was navigating. Just as the streets had been, the music industry was a battlefield, and the stakes were high. But Jackson was no stranger to high stakes. His experiences had taught him to be intensely aware of his surroundings, to understand the true nature of people, and to keep a firm grip on reality. His transition into music wasn't a leap into the unknown. It was a strategic move, a calculated risk. He didn't just dream of becoming a musician, he planned it. He didn't just hope for success, he worked for it. He used the same principles that had helped him survive and thrive on the streets, applying them to his new venture with the same intensity and fearlessness. He saw the music industry not as a ticket to an easy life, but as another arena where he needed to stay alert and stay real. He knew that the same rules applied here, the need to resist the temptation to escape into fantasies, to wish for a different reality. He understood that success in this new field required a relentless focus on the present circumstances, a deep understanding of the shifting sands of the music scene, and a commitment to realism. Jackson's music career was not just a dream, but a strategic move born from a deep understanding of his environment. This was not a fairy tale of overnight success, but a story of hard work, strategic planning, and intense realism. And as we'll see, this approach didn't just help Jackson succeed in the music industry. It became a blueprint for how he approached every challenge and opportunity in his life. In life, as in the streets and the music industry, Jackson embraced what we call the fearless approach. Picture a world where reality is the most potent drug, one that keeps you intensely aware and connected to your environment. That's the world Jackson learned to thrive in, and that's the world we're inviting you to explore. This is the essence of the fearless approach. Imagine yourself standing on the edge of a vast ocean, staring into the depths with a clear vision. The water is your reality. It can be calm one day, stormy the next. Yet, despite its unpredictable nature, you are not afraid. Instead, you use this clarity, this deep connection with your environment, to navigate the waves. That's the fearless approach. The fearless approach is not about ignoring fear or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about acknowledging it, understanding it, and using it as a compass. It's about transforming fear into a tool that guides your actions, a tool that sharpens your perception and keeps you grounded in reality. Like a skilled sailor navigating treacherous waters, the fearless approach requires a keen sense of observation. It demands that you see things as they truly are, not as you wish them to be. It's about understanding the true nature of people, the true nature of circumstances, the true nature of your environment. And once you've developed this sharp and fearless perception, once you've embraced the fearless approach, you become unstoppable. You become an active participant in your life, not a passive observer. You learn to make decisions based on reality, not illusions. You learn to see opportunities where others see obstacles, solutions where others see problems. The fearless approach is a mindset, a way of life. It's about thriving on clarity and maintaining a firm grasp on reality. It's about being relentless, being ruthless in your pursuit of understanding your environment and using that understanding to navigate life's challenges. The world can be a ruthless place, but with a fearless attitude, one can confront any challenge. To see things as they are, one must cultivate certain principles: curiosity, expansion, depth, proportion, sharpness, and detachment. Let's start with curiosity. Approach life as a child would, with an open mind and a thirst for knowledge. Let go of your preconceptions and become receptive to the world around you. This will allow you to uncover hidden opportunities and gain a deeper understanding of your environment. Next, we have expansion. Step outside of your usual circle and engage with a diverse range of people and events. This will broaden your perspective and help you gain a more comprehensive understanding of the world around you. Remember, knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better equipped you are to make informed decisions. Now let's talk about depth. Delve deeper into issues, avoiding surface-level analyses. Understand the root causes of problems and develop meaningful solutions. This principle is about not just seeing the tree, but understanding the entire forest. Moving on to proportion. Lift your gaze beyond immediate concerns and think about the long term. Contemplating the future helps you gain a sense of proportion, allowing you to prioritize actions that align with your objectives. It's not about reacting impulsively, but acting strategically. Then there is sharpness. Focus on people's actions rather than their words. Observe human behavior keenly and understand the motives behind actions. This will allow you to make decisions based on reality, rather than emotions or intentions. Last but not least, detachment. Treat your actions as if they were someone else's. Regular self-assessment will help you adapt and change your behavior based on a clear understanding of reality. It's about being brutally honest with yourself. By adhering to these principles, one can gain a stronger grasp of reality and navigate life's challenges more effectively. Embrace reality, develop a keen sense of observation, and cultivate a fearless approach to life. This is the way to success and fulfillment. Realism often carries a negative connotation, but in reality, it is the ideal to aspire to. It's easy to dismiss realism as a bleak view of the world, a perspective that focuses only on the harshness of life. But that's a shallow interpretation. Realism, at its core, is about truth. It's about seeing the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. It's about understanding the beauty and brutality of life in all its complexity. It's about recognizing the vastness of human potential and the limits of human frailty, It's about accepting the world in its entirety, with all its beauty and ugliness. And it's about navigating this world with a clear vision, a steady hand, and a determined heart. So let's rethink our understanding of realism. Let's embrace it as Curtis Jackson did. Embrace reality, for it is the true poetry and beauty of life. Like Curtis Jackson, see things as they are, not as you wish them to be.